Hi Year 2, welcome to our next writing lesson. Before we begin, let's rehearse our story. Remember to be loud, to speak clearly and use the actions at the same time. Let's go.
Storm unicorns. The storm unicorn is a type of unicorn that is very rare. Physical appearance. A storm unicorn has the body of a horse and a long horn. Full stop. The horn usually has a spiral shape and sticks out from the middle of the head. Full stop. Most are a beautiful ebony colour with flashes of gold and silver that look like lightning. Full stop. As a storm unicorn moves, it sends out showers of tiny electric splinters. Full stop. Habitats. Like the common unicorn, the storm unicorn lives in forests. Full stop. They are very shy and therefore not often seen. Full stop. During the daytime, they sleep under bushes or curled up amongst ferns. Full stop. At night, the storm unicorn emerges and, if you're lucky, can be seen in the moonlit pools. Full stop. Diet. Storm unicorns have a fairly limited diet. Full stop. In the main, they live on leaves, grass, and other forms of vegetation. Full stop. However, they can be tempted with apples, and some have even been found to eat sugar lumps. Full stop. If you find a storm unicorn, you must never, ever feed it potatoes, as they are allergic to them and it will make them seriously ill. Full stop. Fun facts. The last known sighting of a storm unicorn was in 1673 by a man called Dr. Dapper, who claimed that he saw one whilst walking in the woods, but he could not prove it. Full stop. The most amazing thing about storm unicorns is that if you meet one, it can bring you great luck. Full stop. For this reason, many people hope to catch a glimpse of the most beautiful, fiery creature. Full stop.
Okay, before we dive into our learning today, I just want to recap the features of a non-chronological report. Remember, we have the title, subheadings, technical vocabulary, interesting sentence starters, good description, having the present tense, and having facts. Now, I want to focus on two things, the title and the subheadings. I want you to pause the video now and spot the title and the subheadings in the text, and when you're ready, press play. Fantastic. So let's start with the title. The title is at the top of the text. It's in the middle and it's underlined, and it's called Storm Unicorns. Our subheadings are the headings for each little part of the text, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 about a different topic, but they're all about the main topic, that is storm unicorns, in the title. Okay, let's jump into our learning today. we're learning to use the homophones there, there, and there. Now we're going to understand what a homophone is, and then we're going to use each of them correctly. So our star words are homophone. I'm going to break that word down one more time, just for those who might have found that a bit tricky, because it could be a new word to us. Homophone. Ready? Homophone. Great job. There. There. And there. Now these three, I'm going to give you a clue, are homophones. Homophones are different words that sound the same. So just like in phonics, when we have two sounds that sound the same, like E, what can you see, and E, cup of tea, we can have whole words that are different, are spelt differently, but they sound the same. So for example, we have through and through. She threw it away, or he jumped through the loop. Another example of a homophone is here and here. You can say, here, what can you hear? Or here, the pizza is here. Two words, different, but they sound the same. Again, we can have sun and sun. Sun, as in Mr. Allen hugged his son, or sun, as in the sun is a big ball of fire. Again, two different words, but they sound the same. And now we have these other examples as well of know and to know, or which, as in which way round does it go, or which, the evil witch. Blue, as in the colour blue, or blue, he blew a bubble. And then see, what can you see? And see, he's going for a swim in the sea. All these words are different. They're spelt differently, but they sound the same. Today, we're focusing on these three homophones, there, there, and there. They are different words, they mean different things, and we use them at different times. But what's the same? Tell me in 3, 2, 1. The sound is the same. Okay, we're going to do a little practice now. I want you to close your eyes. I'll tell you when to open them again, but right now, close your eyes. I'm going to read you 3 different sentences. Ready? It was their handwriting. I put the juice over there. I wonder what they're playing. Open your eyes. Let's take a look at those 3 sentences written out. It was their handwriting. I put the juice over there, and I wonder what they're playing. I want you to spot the homophones. There are 3 different words that sound the same but are spelt differently. Pause me now, spot the homophones, and when you're ready, press play. Okay, our 3 homophones are there, it was their handwriting, there, I put the juice over there, and there, I wonder what they're playing. Now, there are different ways that we can remember the difference between these words, because what happens is when we're writing and we're using them in our writing, we can often get them swapped around and use the ways to remember them. Let's look at each word. There, there, and there. First of all, there. Now this word shows remember it with this spelling of there, because do you see how we have an I in the word there? They make that into a person, as if it's the person who's owning something. The other words of there don't have an I in it. So you can remember that when you've got there with the I, a little person, it's showing the person who owns something. It shows ownership. So if we were to put that in a sentence, we might say it's their suitcase. And again, you can see our I, there's the little head, the arms and the legs. It's their suitcase, that little person's suitcase. Okay, the next word is there. Now when we say there, we mean a place. Now a lot of people remember this. If you're saying it's over there, you might want to be pointing in a direction to the place. And some people see this like an arrow. Let's make that nice and clear, like an arrow. It's a nice way of remembering that spelling for the place. Now, if I were to use that in a sentence, I might say the pencils are over there. And it kind of helps me if when I say the pencils are over there, if I point with it. And that really reminds me that I am talking about a place. Our last one is there. Remember, they all sound the same, but they're spelt differently. This one has the word they, an apostrophe, and then R-E, there. Now, you might remember we had a lesson on contractions. That's when we squeeze two words together to make one word. And we took the A out and replaced it with an apostrophe when we squeeze the two words together. So, for example, we might want to be talking about a storm unicorn and say they are very rare, but we would use the contraction there to say they're very rare. So I've got our different spellings, our different homophones here, there, and the definition for each word. I want you to pause the video and decide which definition fits with the right word, and when you're ready, press play. Okay, I always find it easier to join the definition to the word, so I'm going to start with the first definition, a place. Now, for a place, that means it's over there. That's when we point with our arrows, and I can see my little R there is like an arrow. So I'm going to join that with there, okay? The next one, a contraction of they are. Remember, a contraction is when we've squeezed two words together and to make one word, and we often need an apostrophe to really make them squeeze together. So that could be a helpful way to decide between this spelling and that spelling. This one has my apostrophe, and it shows that where the apostrophe was where the A was, and it's still got the RE from R. So that is there. The last one shows ownership. Remember, when we have there, it's they're owning something. The spelling is really helpful with that little I, and you can see a little person. It's theirs. So I'm going to join that together. Great effort, Year 2. Right, you're now ready to do the first independent task. You just want to do task 1. Now, if you've got the task sheet, you might want to join them together with a ruler. Or if you're just working on lined paper, you can write out the words and then the definition next to it, just like you would in a reading task. Okay, so I want you to pause the video, do task 1, and then when you're ready, press play and we'll continue. Okay. Right, let's carry on. Now we're going to start using our words in sentences. I've got some pre-written sentences for us, and we need to see whether we've used the correct homophone. And we're going to follow 3 steps to do that. First is to read the sentence aloud. I'm going to read it aloud. He put some cups over there. He put some cups over there. Okay, step 2. What does it mean? Is it showing ownership, place, or they are? He put some cups over there. I've got to look for the word there. Now, he's putting some cups over there. I want to point with that. It's showing a place. So I want to be showing a place when I have my homophone. Now I might go to my step 3. I can either keep it or correct it. Now, if I'm looking at the spelling of there, I can see that's the one with the little person, and that's when it's showing ownership. But I want to be showing the place with the arrow. So I'm actually need there, the spelling there. So my sentence should read, and I want to always read it back to make sure I've got it correct. He put some cups over there, and that's showing the place. Fantastic. The second example, let's follow the steps of success. Number 1, read the sentence aloud. I would like you to read the sentence aloud with me. Okay, from here. I wonder if they're cross or upset. I wonder if they're cross or upset. Step 2, what does it mean? So I've got to find the homophone there and think, what does it mean? Is it showing ownership of something? Is it trying to talk about the place? Or is it saying they are? So I wonder if they're cross or upset. Now, if I want, I can have a go at putting each one in place. The spelling I've got here is there, talking about the direction, but it's not talking about the place, is it, or direction? So let me see the other ones. I wonder if they're cross or upset. I wonder if they're cross or upset. It's not showing about ownership. It's actually wondering about what they are. So I'm wondering if they are cross or upset. So that means I should have, I wonder if they're cross or upset with the apostrophe. Let's go to our next example. Step 1, read the sentence aloud. I want you to join in with me again. Ready? They're on the way from school. They're on the way from school. Step 2, what does it mean? Is it trying to show ownership, a place, or they are? They're on the way from school. Well, they're on the way from school. Surely that's a place. So I should just say they're on the way from school. So I want to correct it and change it to they're on the way from school. What should I always do when I finish my answer? Read it back again and double check. They're on the way from school. Actually, I want to be saying that what they are doing. So I should say, and I hope you spotted my mistake, they are on the way from school. So I should say they're on the way from school. Let's do the next one together. What's the first step I need to do? Read the sentence aloud. Now it's your turn to read the sentence aloud. Is that their ball? A question. Step 2, what does it mean? Is it showing ownership, a place, or they are? Let's look for our homophone. Is that their ball? Are they talking about ownership? Is it someone's ball? Are they talking about the place? Is the ball a place? Or are they talking about what they are doing? Is that they are ball, their ball? I'd like you to decide. Let's experiment. I'm going to drop each word in there. Is that their ball? That's the one showing ownership. Is that their ball? The one showing the place. Is that their ball? The one showing what they are doing. What do you think? Tell me in 3, 2, 1. We need to show ownership with this word. Is that their ball, the ball that they own? So we're going to use this spelling. And again, remember, this spelling shows the ownership because we've got a little I where we've got the head and we can draw the arms and the legs coming off. Okay, let's have a go at the next independent task. I'm going to model what you can do for it now. So for the second task, I want you to follow these steps to success still. So tick the correct sentences and correct the incorrect ones by writing the right word in the blank box. So you want to follow those steps to success. You've got your sentence, number 1, read the sentence aloud. And then I want you to think, what does there in it mean? Is it showing ownership? Is it showing a place? Or is it showing they are? Okay, it might be incorrect. So that's when you need to do the third step, which is either to keep the homophone because it's correct or correct it. Now, to do that, if it was correct, for example, I would either want to tick it, but if it's incorrect, I would want to write the right homophone in the box here instead. Okay. Okay, so to help me with my third task, I've actually written out my 3 homophones in front of me. And I've got my first there, and this is the there that shows ownership because I've got a little person there. I've also got there talking about a place because I've got the arrow on the R showing it's over there. And then I've got there, which is the contraction showing they are, okay, what they are doing. Now, my challenge is to use 2 different homophones in one sentence. So I'm going to be writing my sentence about storm unicorns, and I want to be thinking about things that they own, places where things are, and what they are doing. So for my first sentence, I think I'm going to talk about what they own. And I'm going to talk about where that is. So I know that storm unicorns will be caring a lot about potatoes because they're allergic to them and so they can't go anywhere near them. I think storm unicorns will keep their potatoes in a cave where they can't keep them, where they can't get to them. So I think storm unicorns keep their potatoes over there in the cave. That's going to be my sentence. I think storm unicorns keep their potatoes over there in the cave. Now, like any sentence, it needs to begin with my capital letter, storm, and just really look at how carefully my tall letters and capital letters go right up to the top of the line, but my normal letters are only going halfway across to the top. Storm unicorns. Now when I'm writing storm unicorns, I only need a capital letter at the beginning here because it's the beginning of a sentence, but it's not, storm unicorns aren't a proper noun, so they don't need the capital letter because it's not the name of a storm unicorn, it's just the name of an animal. So I wouldn't have a capital letter for dogs or cats because that's not a proper noun, it's just a normal noun, just like storm unicorns. So my sentence was, storm unicorns keep, tall letter and then dropping letter there. There is what they own. I'm going to talk about their potatoes. So I'm using this spelling, there. Leave a line, potatoes, over. I'm now going to be talking about the place. I'm going to use there. Over there in the cave. Full stop to finish my sentence. Let me read that back. Storm unicorns keep their potatoes. I've used this spelling because they're possessing, they're owning the potatoes. So I've used there. Over there in the cave. Over there, talking about the place. So I use this there in the cave and I've got a full stop. Fantastic. Off you go now with your task to write 3 different sentences. Can you squeeze more than one of our homophones in each sentence. That's my challenge for you. Good luck, Year 2, and well done for the fantastic effort in your writing.